With 500,000 Muslims and 700,000 Jews in Southern California, it touches us all when relations go awry. We feel it when there's a Jewish bomb plot against a Culver City mosque, or a Muslim mob in Hollywood chants "kill the Jews." But we especially feel it when communal leaders refuse to sit at the same table even for something as politically neutral as fighting bullying in our schools. I'm Sarah Bassin, Rabbi and Director of NewGround, a joint Muslim and Jewish effort to build bridges between these two communities. Now, unfortunately, many of my fellow religious leaders have ceded control of the dialogue to the loud minority who advocate not for bridges, but for walls. Supported by the City of LA Human Relations Commission, NewGround is an independent entity with a vision to empower the quiet majority. Each year, we recruit and train a cohort of Muslim and Jewish young professionals to build relationships that withstand conflict. And here's the key. NewGrounders leverage those relationships back in their respective communities. So when conflicts emerge, their behind-the-scenes networking quietly diffuses tensions. Now, this kind of bridge building, it won't make headlines, but that's the point. When the last Mideast crisis broke out, NewGrounders didn't join the screaming protests. They convened a task force to ensure that foreign events didn't derail local relationships. And NewGrounders leveraged their relationships to build new collaborations. When Rebecca, a Jewish day school teacher, heard students spouting stereotypes about Muslims, she collaborated with Muslims in her NewGround network to build a day school exchange for 60 middle schoolers, a program that the schools themselves will replicate and expand this year. Our 80 NewGrounders have collaborated on everything from a Muslim-Jewish film festival to Humanitarian Day on Skid Row, partnering with 30 local Muslim and Jewish groups, and they've done this largely without funding. So here's where you come in. We want to expand the capacity of our 80 NewGrounders and the 20 new trainees who will join their ranks this year. $75,000 will fund a small grants program to help ideas like LA Major, a joint Muslim and Jewish effort to rally humanitarian aid in times of crisis. That $75,000 will also fund our first staff person to support at least a dozen of these newly seeded initiatives. This small grants program will enhance our local impact even as we expand nationally with a $100,000 grant from the Joshua Venture Group to replicate our training in other cities. I mean, just imagine if LA's export weren't an inflammatory video that sparks riots around the world, but a model of effective bridge building. That's where we're headed, and this is NewGround.